Just needed some protein before we went on. I just had some jerky.
Oh, yeah, we are back and we are live quicker than you may have thought.
You better kill me. I'ma be another rapper dead for popping off at the mouth with shit I shouldn't have said.
Oh, yeah, all the pew-pews in the building.
Man, you gotta get another Eminem soundbite, bro. He's got so many tracks, so many dope tracks. That's your favorite line, huh?
But here's my new one. You ready for my new one? Here's my new one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I end the shows now. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I just want to. Yeah. You know how it is. Man, guys, we are feeling good. I am FW Mike. This is T-Qron. We got it going on. Let's go. It's the other one. Wait, that one. The other pew-pews. We got pew-pews all the way around today. Anyway, man, how you doing? How you feeling? Let's go.
Man, I'm doing good, man. How you doing? How's your Thanksgiving?
Good. Thanksgiving was good. You know, man, did the typical thing, family thing. Fell asleep, ate too much. Actually, I didn't. You'd be proud of me. Also, man, real strong focus on protein this year.
Proteins and greens.
Yeah, man. You know, my family does. I got a Southern family, man. I mean, we do very little vegetables, and most of the vegetables are covered in like cheese. You know what I'm saying?
or gravy,
or fried, or gravy. Yeah, man. So, like, can I get a green bean that's not fried, or
you know what I mean?
It's like broccoli cheese casserole and fried
like casseroles. And I feel it. Mm-hmm.
But if you go, man, we had turkey, ham. You know what I'm saying? So that was awesome. You know, a little bit of chicken, that kind of thing. So. Man, if you go real protein heavy, you know, and it's like, okay, maybe I had a roll or two, a small roll, not the big one. You know what I mean? A little bite of casserole, like, you know, maybe 2-3 spoonfuls, like, you know, on my plate to eat 3-4 bites. But mainly, the bulk of it is protein, and, you know, you're outweighing protein grams by anything else you're getting, even though, you know, you're getting some carbs, you know, and some like cheese, calories, but I don't even know what you call those. But, you know what I mean? If you do that, you know, that's what I've been doing, man. So. Yeah, feeling very proteined up. You know what I mean? So, how's your diet doing, man?
Oh yeah, I try. You know, I want to eat just like everybody else, bro. Like, you know, I want to do the regular thing, the traditional shit. I remember last year, my ex was like, you got to eat properly. I said, fuck, okay. Because she bought like a bunch of stuff from like Honey Baked Ham Company and stuff like that. So it cost a lot. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna. And it tasted good. I was like, all right, cool. Fucking, you know, as long as she didn't make it, because she couldn't cook for shit. And I hope she just listens to this at some finds it or whatever, so she can go do whatever she wants with herself. I won't say it on the. But anyways, yeah, she couldn't cook. So I was like, okay, you know what? All right, cool. Because I did all the cooking most of the time, or we just ate out. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I ended up. I remember I gained like fucking six pounds within the next 2 days after that fucking meal, and I'm like, oh god, it took me like a fucking week to go. But you know, it's not like you actually ate 6 pounds worth of food, right? Because that's 3,500 calories. So a pound of 3,500 calories in is a pound. I didn't eat 3,500 times, you know, 6 or whatever the math is on that. So bottom line, it's usually just like because of sodium, water retention, so forth and so on, maybe a little extra carbs and stuff. So it just sticks to you a little bit more. Anyways, it takes about for me, between 3 to 5 days to work it off, and it pisses me off. So I try to refrain from it, but I had a little bit of here and there, you know what I'm saying? Some family kind of forced me into having some leftovers, you know, that type of stuff. So
gun to your head. They put a gun to your head. They were like, you got to have these leftovers.
Right. You seen that post the other day about Oh, girl. Hey, that fitness trainer chick,
Yeah,
Callie, Kaylee, what Callie, whatever. Yo, she's on point. You know what I'm saying? You know, for
for
obvious
sure.
reasons. But yeah, just great advice, and talking about, hey, shit, don't feel guilty if you have a donut here and there, or some sort of sweets, a pie, whatever. Do what you got to do, bring it right back on track. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. So yeah, people can splurge. You know what I'm saying? Eat what they want. The next day, hit the gym again. Do what you do. Get back on your routine. Go harder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, it's when you're
Yes.
living the lifestyle. Like one of the funniest memes I saw was every fat person I know. Oh my gosh, I've got to get the Diet Coke. It'll be too many calories if I drink a regular Coke. And then it was every super fit person I know. Oh my gosh, I crashed out and had an ice cream. I had
No,
an ice
no.
cream sundae. Wait, let me finish. But it's because you don't eat that stuff on the regular, right?
Right.
So it's not a regular thing. So every now and again, you're like, I had a donut. Oh my gosh, versus I've got to have a Diet Coke because I'm eating 4,000 calories of donuts and ice cream on a regular weekly basis versus somebody who's
Now,
like, I don't eat that stuff, but maybe once a month. So yeah.
I used to say the same shit. Okay, so for my first job was at McDonald's. Okay, when I was like 15 years old. Yes, I've been working since I was 15. I
No, I'm
fucking
with
grind
you,
my
dog.
hustle. I needed my money. You know what I'm saying? And working out of the drive-through, especially, it just cracked me the fuck up because these people, first of all, they're just when you're sitting down, you kind of look even. You know what I'm saying? Like these people were hefty. Give me a double quarter pounder meal, supersize that bitch, extra salt. Oh, and give me a Diet Coke with that. Oh yeah, because the Diet Coke is what's killing you, right?
Exactly.
You're making that sacrifice somewhere. God bless.
It's that
Um,
mental gymnastics, man. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever
It's
you
that,
want to do to satisfy yourself until you end up in the
right?
ER
No, I
for
hear you, dog.
dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was in the same boat. Like I didn't necessarily supersize every meal, but I was a big boy. I ate more than I should have for fucking years, and I there are my ways. I've learned it. You know what I'm saying? And
So, and here's a quick
yeah.
question on that. I know this is visionary value, guys. We got a lot of information to get to on that.
Oh yeah, we're
The
gonna talk
stock
all.
market, we're getting there, but real
But
fast
this is
because
why you
T
love
lived
us.
this. Yeah. And I've had battles with weight up and down, and T has really lived this and lives it every day. It's important to know. So, would you say that you were just taken in when you were overweight? Was it the type of calories, or was it just too many calories, or a combination of both? Or would you say you take in a similar amount of calories, now only you're making wiser decisions with the calories you're putting in?
Oh no,
Or
yeah.
like
No.
what is that, would you say?
So it was both. It was the type. I didn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to have, especially me and the lady, the last me and her just used to like I said, it was either I cooked or we ate out. So for most of that time, like we just ate whatever we wanted. You just try to
DoorDash.
get better oh, we want to get bigger and better with every meal, right? That's just how it works. Um, and so there was no activity either. I didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So that's the recipe for disaster. I mean, you eat whatever the hell you want in excess, more calories than you're burning off, and that's you're in a surplus, and that's how you gain weight. If you're in a calorie deficit, that's how you lose weight. You eat less than what your body normally takes in, more and more, and that accumulates into a loss. So 3,500 calories in is a pound, 3,500 calories out is a pound. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I didn't care, but I God works in mysterious ways. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just grateful to be where I'm at with my journey. And that's why I always advocate for anybody that's trying to get right. Start now. There's no better time. You don't have to wait till the first of the year. Your health matters right now. What, you're gonna put it off for another 30 days, and God knows if you're really unhealthy, like something might happen within that time frame. You know what I'm saying? Get started now. There's no better time than now. Baby steps. You know what I'm saying? Work your way up.
Agreed.
Anyways,
Agreed.
let's
No,
keep
and
going.
that's what I was gonna say. What I love, man, is that why people should follow you, man. You give that constant inspiration to others, man. You're always sharing. No matter what's going
Yeah,
on, you're always, a positive force in this
I
Who knows,
try to be,
man?
man.
Maybe
I
they
try to
need
be.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just me. Sometimes I have my days too, and there'll be some posts where others might feel it's a little on the negative side or whatever, which is fine to me. It's my page, you know what I'm saying? It's my thoughts, just like how one would post on their page, you know what I'm saying? I'm not criticizing nobody. We all have our days, but for the most part, I like to think that I do provide some sort of, you know, value, and that's why we're here with visionary value. A lot of people follow a lot of other rappers and shit, and all they do is post music, and which is cool. You know, put up pictures. That's cool. There's nothing else to it. There's no depth to them. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I'm not one of those people. I like to I like to grow my audience by having them understand and feel who I am. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I post a lot for just myself, and if somebody else can gain something out of it, that's awesome.
Heck yeah, man. Well, and I think that's the cool thing is even if you're just posting for yourself, it's inspirational to others because you're trying to
Right.
inspire yourself. Like that's the cool part is for people who may not know you, you know what I mean? It's like I understand you've been through it and you know like a lot of times what I see is you recognizing the mental steps towards the dark path. And I mean that as a recovering alcoholic, somebody who was homeless myself, recovering drug addict. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, you know, it's you know those steps, you know the feelings, and then you know how your mind starts to reason out how it makes sense to do the wrong thing. But it makes more sense to do that, right? Like it
Yeah.
logically, and then you can kind of justify it. And then once you've started down that path, it's hard to reverse course. Whereas if you stay positive, if you stay focused, if you're somebody like you, is like, man, I'm going to the gym no matter what. I'm staying, you know, physically healthy and valuing, you know, that experience and willing to share that experience with others because I know what it means for me to share that experience and I need to hear the words and see the words that I'm posting. And that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. You know. So I don't have a good ending there. Hey, I had a great middle, just not a good ending. Sorry, my bad, man.
It's all good. Yeah, you spoke what you had on your heart. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is all about. There ain't no scripts around here. Shit.
No, you're right. All right, man. We're gonna start out with the little Grant Cardone. I thought this was interesting. A good way to kind of get into everything. Let's check this out.
And make you a successful investor. Join us on yahoofinance.com, the Yahoo Finance app, your favorite streaming platform, and
Right after
wherever
this
you get
ad.
your podcasts.
Little earnings this week coming out. Dollar Tree will be interesting to me. They're going to be up. Dollar General's looking like it's going to be up as well from what I've been seeing. I heard Five Below might be down as far as retail stock.
See, none of these companies, except for like Snowflake, even like catch my interest as far as their earnings go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not involved with any of them, but shit, to anybody that has those stocks or is thinking of getting into them, earnings, I don't like to like buy ahead of earnings, man. Like a lot of people like to gamble on earnings. You just don't know. Even if you think everything is smooth sailing, they making, you know, they're gonna blow it out the water this year. I mean, not this year, this quarter. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they've been doing all year long. You just never know. Even if they do good, maybe they guided low. Next thing you know, it sells off. Boom. You know, you're caught in that. You know, your trade now becomes a long term investment if you don't want to sell it at a loss. You know what I'm saying? You become a community member.
Yeah,
So
that's interesting, and you're right about that. And in fact, while I
just
let that count down, I'll check this out.
it's dangerous, man. But hey, that's what it's the thrill of it. People love doing that shit, especially options. They love playing options on earnings and stuff like that. I don't do that. I have bought and sold stocks based on earnings before, and I don't. It's a risky game, man. But yeah, anyways, let's just hope that these companies report, you know, well, so that it can ultimately lead to the continuation of the uptrend. Since we finally rebounded not too long ago, the other day.
Yeah, supposedly. I'm real interested. I think retail is going to be a big deal, but we're not going to know till Q1, right? End of Q1. But I think fourth quarter retail is going to. I mean, let me ask you this: did you see a lot of people out for Black Friday? I mean, was it normal, retail?
So I had some business downtown right by the Ala Moana Mall, and yeah, it was pretty crazy. I didn't go into the mall, like I said, it was in the vicinity of. Yeah, traffic was pretty nuts. So I could only imagine. But I remember being when I was in Vegas. Yeah, they go absolutely ham out there. At different malls and stuff like that. But I try to stay away from a lot of that. I'll just do my stuff online. You know what I'm saying? That's the best place to be.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is that a lot of people were noticing, man, it was dead in a lot of places around the country. Even here, I was just not as busy. And I know they stretch Black Friday out all weekend, and then you have Cyber Monday and all of that stuff there. So, more people and more people are buying
Shop for
online.
cash. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, and they're buying online.
And they're buying
Why go
online.
out and fight
Exactly.
clouds and fight the weather, and you got to clean on Friday, and if you want to spend an extra day with your family, now you don't have to be at the mall. You can hang out with the fam, knowing that you're going to go to Amazon or
Yep.
Temu or wherever the
Awesome.
case and buy your stuff anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I did a lot of Amazon shopping and some other websites and stuff like that. Got me a Liv Morgan shirt. Liv Morgan just came back at War Games. That's my
I
favorite.
love it. Let's go. Let's check this out real fast. I want to check this out.
Michael's saying there's definitely a use case for that Bitcoin.
Which is what?
Store value. You can't depreciate.
Store value. That is the number one greatest use on planet Earth.
Absolutely.
Is the store value.
Can't print more of it, can't inflate it. So yeah, I'm with you now. Dude, I think it's a remarkable idea. I love it. I think the real estate industry as a whole.
Plus, I showed this. I showed this to 7 banks: Bank of America, Wells Fargo. I showed it to J.P. Morgan. I showed it to the top of the food chain: Cantor Fitzgerald, Clear Street, Wells Fargo. Did I say them? Who else did I show it to? 7 or 8 banks. Everybody has the same prognosis that you do. Dude, this is an unbelievable product you've created. Combining the two together.
No, it's remarkable. I love it. Congrats on that, brother. I mean, every time I come in, I'm thinking I'm 10x and something. You would have already 100x something, 1,000x it. That's strong, brother.
Well, dude, you should just invest with me on it. I need you to be one of my investors so you can be one of my you can be one of the people that when we go public with it that Monday morning when we go public, you'll be like, man, I'm on the team.
Yeah.
So for those that are wondering, we need to catch up. Sorry about that. Grant Cardone has created basically a Bitcoin real estate exchange now. So people are going to be able to buy homes and buy land and buy business real estate with Bitcoin, a wholly and solely Bitcoin traded and exchanged, real estate company. And it's going to be a publicly traded company that banks are backing. Wanted to get your thoughts on that real fast, man, because I know you love the Bitcoin. Like my man, shout out to the homie Quentin. He loves Bitcoin too. I love it too. Don't get me wrong, but you're all about it. I'm excited. I want to buy into this company. I think it'll genuinely. Once again, no advice. It's Cardone. Hold on.
No, I think that's remarkable. And let's keep
Cardone Capital
making some groundbreaking news. Grant Cardone, you are going to headline my Maconomics Wealth Summit 2026. How's that sound?
Oh, okay.
2,500 to 5,000. All right.
You get 2,500 people there, I'll come.
Done. That's a fact.
I tell you, if you get 1,500 people, you get 1,250 there, I'll come.
I'm going to get 2,500 next year, and you're going to, I like that. This is on wax, by the way. This is perfect.
That's a lot of people, though, bro. It's hard to get people to not challenge the system to tell me to stop making noise. I'm the 10X guy.
Percent of your portfolio is real estate versus stocks.
I own 3 stocks that represent maybe 0.001% of my net worth.
Wow. Okay.
I have $5.2 billion of real estate. 6,000 of my 14,000 units I own 97% of. I own probably a couple $100 million worth of Bitcoin that's integrated into our real estate. They're tied together with the real estate and the Bitcoin are tied together because we're creating a company right now that's a real estate Bitcoin hybrid. Where we buy a large apartment complex, we combine it with Bitcoin, we put the two together, and we get a physical and a digital asset combined. I'm building this new, really an industry out that I believe is going to revolutionize the way people invest in real estate
Interesting.
and how they invest.
So they're
in
going to make
Bitcoin.
value
It'll be a
based on
hybrid
both.
version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some sort
Like
of
a superhero,
Hybrid.
Avenger. Like it'll be like Superman and Batman together.
So at what point in your life did you go all in on the future of Bitcoin? And then obviously the integration within real estate.
In January, I started my first real estate Bitcoin hybrid. We fully funded that project in January. I've done 12 of those transactions this year, and I'll probably never do a real estate deal without combining Bitcoin with it.
That's epic.
interesting.
Like, let's actually talk about how the hybrid.
All right, so let's hold on. I want to get into this for a second.
I would imagine, obviously, if there's a hybrid and there's a call it 50% drawdown on the price of Bitcoin, what does that mean to the investors, so to speak?
So what we did was, can you see this?
There we go. Yep, we see it.
We took, this is this 366 units that I bought in Boca Raton.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that beast. Is that impressive or what?
No, that's gorgeous.
And what I did with this was I added $100 million of Bitcoin to this purchase. This is a $235 million project I bought from Blackstone out of bankruptcy. Nice. The blue line represents the real estate. Mm-hmm. So it assumes that I bought this real estate at $245 million and that it will only go up 5% a year. The NOI will go up 5% a year for the next 5 or 6 years, and it will produce $100 million gain. That's the blue line, is the real estate. But I added $100 million worth of Bitcoin. That's the orange line, and combined and fused the two together. So let's say the Bitcoin line went to zero. You want to go all the way to zero? So this is a big project. You can see 366 units. If I raise the rents $25 every year, I'm going to hit my target on the real estate. We also bought 883 units of Bitcoin when we purchased this project. Now, this does not show Bitcoin getting cut in half, but I guess it could. In the first year, if it got cut in half and didn't go up the way I have it, I would buy more Bitcoin each month out of the cash flow.
Okay, I just wanted to pause right there. You heard what he just said, right? If Bitcoin got cut in half, he would just buy more Bitcoin. You know, I mean, I thought you would find that interesting as well, man. I wanted to pause right there and show you that. And then, of course, this right here is awesome stuff because you're getting what he's doing here. This is his hybrid. This is a new business and a new company that will be publicly traded. They just released this information today. And yeah, man, I thought you'd be interested in it too. So
very interesting because yeah, I know a bunch of realtors out in Hawaii, and this is very unique. I'm gonna have to look into it. I'm not fully grasping exactly what the, you know what I'm saying, the concept is, but yeah, this is the future, man. That's what Bitcoin is supposed to do. Like you're gonna be able to buy houses with Bitcoin and integrate whatever, you know, your cheeseburger purchases, they're gonna be made with Bitcoin. You're gonna be able to go to the mall and, you know, just that's the future, man. You know, they just stopped the penny. They discontinued printing pennies and stuff within the last month, I think it was. And imagine when they stop printing the dollar.
Yeah, because they stopped printing the penny because it costs more to print, right, than to
that dollar. Yeah. You know what this world's headed towards. There's a paperless, you know, moneyless. Everything's gonna be digital eventually. I don't want to sound like a free thinker or anything like that, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, no, of course, right? I mean, of course, it's got to get there eventually, right? I mean, It makes no sense to have paper money. And then think about it: is paper money even used? A lot of it is going to come down to circulation. Like a lot of things, I believe, on this planet. You know why we don't have, you know, a bunch of horse and buggy shops around anymore? Because we use cars, right? And That was just one of those things. The reason we don't have typewriter shop and you're not buying typewriter ink every week is because we have computers now. There, you know,
I remember taking typing courses in high school on a
yeah,
typewriter.
no, me too. Yeah,
Yeah.
and, well, will
On
not
a
be needed.
typewriter.
Yeah, will not be needed. It's crazy. Listen, let me finish this real fast.
McKinley High
Nice.
School.
I love that action.
Yep, exactly.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
That's integrated into our real estate. They're tied together with the real estate and the Bitcoin are tied together because we're creating a company, right?
Yep, we see it.
We took this is there's 366 units that I bought in Boca Raton.
Mm-hmm.
Look
Wait,
at
you
that
already
beach.
played this?
Is that impressive or what?
Did you end up rewinding
No,
it?
that's
Yeah, we just
gorgeous.
running back
What
through.
I did with this was I
Oh, okay.
added $100 million of Bitcoin to this purchase. This is a $235 million project I bought from Blackstone out of
Nice.
bankruptcy. The blue line represents the real estate.
Mhm.
So it assumes that I bought this real estate at $245 million and that it will only go up 5% a year. The NOI will go up 5% a year for the next 5 or 6 years, and it will produce a $100 million gain. That's the blue line is the real estate. But I added $100 million worth of Bitcoin. That's the orange line, and
Yep.
combined and fused the two together. So let's say the Bitcoin line went to zero. You want to go all the way to zero? So this is a big project. You can see 366 units. If I raise the rents $25 every year, I'm going to hit my target on the real estate.
So what he's saying is that, you know, that green line is him raising the rent, right? $25 every year. Then that's, you know, he's going to hit what he's trying to hit and come out. But because he's put 100 million of Bitcoin value onto this thing now, as Bitcoin goes up, the value of the property goes up. As the value of the property goes up, the value of the Bitcoin goes up. You know what I mean? Putting a real world hybrid value onto the Bitcoin and then creating actual digital asset value to a real world asset property.
Yeah, no, this is what I still would do, even though I just saw it again, is I got to go look into it myself to make it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm not saying don't.
And
And
that's
I'm
what
not
I
giving
tell
anybody
everybody
any
else.
advice.
to
I'm
do,
just saying what
do
he's
your own
saying. I'm
research.
just, yeah. I'm just saying what he's saying. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, I got you.
Saying, yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Also bought
Very
883
interesting.
And more for
units.
me to understand, our listeners to understand too, because it's tricky. It took me 2 times. You know what I mean? It took me 2 times. So yeah.
To Bitcoin when we purchased this project. Now, this does not show Bitcoin getting cut in half, but
Yeah.
I guess it could. In the first year, if it got cut in half and didn't go up the way I have it, I would buy more Bitcoin each month out of the cash flow.
Nice. I love that action.
Okay.
I love that.
Now I would just buy more Bitcoin because I'm using my cash flow now to buy Bitcoin. I wouldn't sell either one of these assets. I would keep both of them fused together. But,
I love it.
Next year, the end of this year, I'm going to try to take that company public right there. So anybody that would have invested $1 million with me in that project, I'm going to convert that to shares. Let's say the stock is going to trade at $5 and you put $1 million in. I'm going to send you 200,000 shares of that company. So every time I drive the stock price up $1, you make 200 grand.
Wow.
So I'm saying a lot here. I took Bitcoin and I took real estate.
No. You saying just enough because you
Yeah.
on your
I
micro
converted it.
and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I converted them to a public company. I met with Mike Saylor last year. Mike said, you need to be a public company. You need to combine your real estate and your Bitcoin. Be public. I said, I'm not public. He's like, then go public. So I took the real estate. I didn't wait, by the way, back to your procrastination thing. I didn't wait until I was public to do this. I went out and bought the real estate. I bought the Bitcoin. I fused them together. Now I go public. The minimum investment on that asset is, let's say 200 grand. I convert the $200,000 to shares. They're $5. I send you 40,000 shares. And every time I raise the stock price $5 from 5 to 10, you make your 200 grand back. I'm the 10X guy. So I'm going to take the $5 stock to $50. your 200 grand goes to 2 million. I'll make a bunch of people rich. And I create a new product. I create a new industry.
That's true.
All right, man, we'll leave it right there because I want to hit just a couple more things before we get out of here. But what are your thoughts on that? To me, that was a mind blower, and I wanted to get your thoughts on that. And once again, I know we got to look into it more. I'm not saying it's the thing,
cool. I mean,
but wow, right? If it is a thing, it's a pretty cool thing, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you got to have 200 grand to get in. So, you know, let me hold 200 grand till
it's not
next
something
week,
that I'm going to be able to, mess with or anything like that, or want to mess with. But yeah, cool. I mean, for those that are able to and that got that kind of money, go for it.
And the math is very simple, and so it makes sense. Problem is, math isn't always that simple when it comes to trading.
I don't know
stocks. You know what I mean?
See, the part that that doesn't sit well with me is the drastic drops in Bitcoin prices and stuff. It's volatile as shit. So what does that mean? Your house value just drops to shit too? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it. Like,
Well, the idea there is that the real estate value still holds. So even if the Bitcoin drops, the real estate increasing value still holds for you.
So you mean there's only upside to this? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what it, because you've married a real-time asset to a digital asset.
Yeah.
So if the real estate value falls, but Bitcoin increases, the value of that real estate continues to go up because it is a Bitcoin asset, right? However, if Bitcoin, and like you said, even if Bitcoin gets cut in literally half, you're still making money on everything. So once again,
okay,
not saying I am not preaching his gospel. I am just saying what he's saying. You know what I mean? You know me, dude. I get in trouble. I make people. I'm like, here's a thing. And they're like, rah. I'm like, I'm just saying it's a thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with the journalism background. You want to bring everything up and talk about it because you know. But once again, I'm not saying. And once again, this sounds too good to be true. And one of those sayings in the finance world is, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Right, that part.
You know. So, but by the same token, Grant Cardone's helped a lot of people. And, you know, the cool part about it is I don't have 200 grand, but we can track it. We're going to follow it. There's no way to hide. That's the cool thing about this stuff. There's no way to hide. If this specific company, people put 200 grand in and don't have $2 million after the stock goes up $5, well, then we know it was BS. So, yeah. And that's a good learning thing, right? So
there you go. Yeah.
I'm going to take my 20 and buy some more ETH. You know what I mean? So buy some gold, buy some ETH, man, and get called silly. You know what I mean? It is going to be all right. This one is a good one right here. Wanted to pull this up, man. It was interesting. CNBC broke this down. Let's check this one out. Quick flip of this
page on 2025. This is what an end of year, and you know what? Joe alludes to it too. Maybe an everything rally. That's what this could look like.
Santa Claus rally, that's what they call it.
Always worries about something. I actually worry when I don't worry, because that means that we're complacent. But I think the setup into the end of the year is very positive. Seasonally, on average, December is up about 1.5%. That's one thing. The second thing is the economy continues to surprise to the upside. We had very good weekly jobless claims this week that didn't get a lot of attention. And now you're at the 4-week moving average of something like 224,000 weekly jobless claims. That's very healthy. It's cooling, but it's not collapsing. So we have the labor market, and the leading indicator is weekly claims. That's actually okay, number one. Number two, durable goods rose almost 10% this past month. The PPI numbers were pretty tame, still elevated at 2.7%, but certainly better than what we had been seeing over the last several years. And final demand for goods was actually the biggest number since February. So you add it all up, the economy is running at 3.5%, 4%, whatever the number is. It's above trend. That's leading to double-digit earnings. And I do think you're going to see an absolute broadening out in the market so that you're going to see, look at financials today, Scott. They're doing quite well. Industrials are doing well. Even discretionary doing really well. So I think it's going to be tech plus everything else. And I think you want to be as long as you can into the end of the year.
Wow, Joe, I mean, that sounds like an everything rally. We have stocks, bonds, gold, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's recovered a bit. Gold went through its own bout of volatility, looks to be back as well. What do you think?
I think, look, the Federal Reserve is going to be in a blackout period ahead of the meeting. So unless there's something that kind of takes away the probability of that rate cut coming in December, then the broadening out narrative, we lose momentum in that. But 52-week highs today, there's 7.
All right. So basically, long story short there, good news all the way around. I really like that. Just because I like good news, man. I'm the kind of person who prefers good news to bad news, right?
Yeah,
And
but when it comes to CNBC, bro,
I'm
I
not,
trust
dude.
issues.
Once again, I'm just saying it's information. I
issues.
don't.
I'm
I'm not
wondering
the
why
kind of
they're
guy who
hyping
brands
everything up so much.
a big
Like, what are they?
problem that
What
we
are they?
have.
What are they setting us up for?
A big problem that we have is we brand our news. If it has these letters or these letters at the bottom, whoever's speaking must be lying or evil, and that's just not
No,
the
because
case.
it's a known fact that they try to get you to buy stuff when everything's about to crash and do the opposite when I just
Man, there's a lot of
personally,
known facts,
just
dog.
yeah,
You know what I'm
it's
saying? But I hear
so
you.
I'll take that with
I
a
hear
grain
you.
of salt. Like I'm sitting there going, why are they so all of a sudden they selling you hopium type, like, oh, everything is all good now. Like, yeah, what are they setting you up for? Um, Either which way, I'm buying and adding more to whatever I have because when it crashes, like this past month, I bought like maybe 7 times in the last month. Everything's been on discount. It's been on Black Friday discount this whole time, and then just as Black Friday hit, it starts reversing. Most stocks, not all stocks, but yeah.
Right.
So I love when the companies that I own are cheaper, than my price. I add to it and I lower my price. Or even if I'm in the green, I just like Nvidia, I just keep adding to it. And of course, like I mentioned about that disclaimer, just remember, folks, anything you hear on this podcast is not financial advice. Me and Mike are not financial advisors at all. So, just remember, do your research. Your wins are your wins, and your losses are your losses.
Yeah, we're not the smartest, so we don't listen to us. On any of this. I'm not
But
the smartest.
yeah, I mean,
We are doing it like everybody else. We're just regular folks trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Make your own decisions at your own risk and choice.
right. And I don't know about you, but I like regular folk talking to me, um, rather than some, you know what I'm saying, some suit,
Yeah.
trying to shove it down my throat, and talking some language that I'm not even familiar with. Just
Absolutely.
break it
Speaking
down
of
for the
suits, man,
average
let's check these. This is some tech stock stuff. I know you're way into it. I pulled it up. This has to do with Google and Meta and what they're doing right now, right? And
Oh yeah,
how they're
Google
kind of
bonkers recently. Yep.
yeah.
Chips and its data centers. You cover both Alphabet and Meta. You like both those names, Brett. You saw that headline. You saw that report. What did you make of it?
I mean, it's good news for Google, but it's not the end all be all. Remember, everyone is using everyone else's stuff because there's such huge demand. NVIDIA can't actually fulfill all the demand that's needed. So I think no one wants reliance on one vendor, right? So you're going to see diversification where you can do it. Secondarily, right now, everyone's capacity constrained. We talked to Microsoft, Google, Amazon. Effectively, all their backlog numbers are way higher than the reported revenue numbers because they're booking deals that they can't actually fulfill right now. And so you're seeing bookings higher than the revenue because of the demand so high. So I think spreading and diversifying the risk to NVIDIA also, no one actually has enough demand. I think at the beginning of this, or enough supply. At the beginning of this entire movement, everyone felt like we would go to one cloud. We would not make the mistake we did in the cloud in the past cycle, which is spread all our workloads everywhere. And the same thing's happening because you don't want over reliance, and you want effectively you can't get enough supply. So you're having to go to multiple vendors right now. So I think, look, the news flow was incredibly negative at the beginning of the year on Google. Everyone thought they were left for dead when you think about the transition to AI from search, and they've done a fantastic job of navigating this. Recently, you've now seen the anti-NVIDIA trade. So everything that's in the NVIDIA camp goes down, and everything else in the Google camp goes up. And you've seen this. So right now we're in kind of the flavor of the week, if you will, which is Google's doing everything. There's nothing wrong. They can't make any mistakes. But that's kind of market we're in right now. I mean, honestly, I think Meta's a way better buy down here than chasing Google at current levels. But right now, investors, again, are just chasing the momentum.
Well, let me ask you, Brett, because we talked about Google chips, but I do, because I have you here, I want your take on Gemini 3 as well. There was a lot of excitement there. I'm curious your take on that as a financial analyst. You know, I saw Salesforce, Mark Benioff, apparently now, Brett, he's a Gemini guy. He says not chat GPT. What do you make of Gemini 3?
Look, I think there's going to be a world where we use multiple AI agents. So the topic that's happening in our work is it's not Gemini, it's not ChatGPT, it's not Perplexity. We're going to use multiple agents. We're not going to use just one.
And man, being a tech stock guy, I wanted to pause right there and ask you about that. I know there's been some volatility in the tech stock market. Everybody's on Google right now. My man right here said something very interesting. He said it's kind of a follow the leader situation. And the only reason that NVIDIA stock is a little bit volatile is just because they can't supply enough. So many people want what they have, right? So I know you're going to definitely hold on to your NVIDIA stock. What do you think about Google and these other companies right now? You know, and maybe are you looking to invest in those maybe?
Realistically, I should have bought like in the 180s. I was considering it strongly, you know, because Google had a nice little drop when it was in the 180s, and now it's in the 320s. And yeah, it's beyond what I would want to pay for it. I don't want to, but Google's great. I mean, shit, like it's competition is healthy. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have, you know, one end all be all, because what happens if something goes on? Anything can happen. You need to have a competitor. You know what I'm saying? If there's a number one, there's got to be a number two. Like, just because I like McDonald's, and I don't like McDonald's, but just because I like McDonald's, I mean, I can't have some Burger King every so often. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, buy a little bit of Burger King here and there, or whatever else the competitor is. Like, there's going to be a lot of demand, and there are going to be more than there's going to be more than one company that's you know, fulfilling that demand. Supplying that demand, you know what I'm saying? So congrats to Google, man. But he did mention something about like the flavor of the week, you know what I'm saying? You remember Oracle? They had that enormous run up, and now look at their stock, you know what I'm saying? Just pretty much wiped out most of the game, if not all the games that they, you know. So it happens like that, especially in this space. And at this time, like, people are really trading emotionally, you know what I'm saying? Especially like the big money and stuff. One little bit of news and everything sells off. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just, it's a weird time. And granted, I've only been following the markets and investing for like the last just about 5 years, but just under 5 years. But yeah, apparently these are like odd times. You know what I'm saying? And market's been a lot more stable than this before. So, yeah.
Yeah, man, I think it's kind of more of an outsider looking in. It's just we're going through major changes. You know, in the same way that, and I keep doing this comparison, but it's really the biggest one I can make is horses to cars. This is not just, you know what I mean, landline to cell phone. It was a huge change. This isn't typewriter. This is maybe the biggest industrial change in our lives. Horses, right? Think about highways, toll roads, parking lots. You know what I mean? Every auto shop, all of that stuff. It existed 150 years ago, right? It was horses and horseback, wooden wheels. And so I really believe we're seeing such a major shift into that. And what that does, how it works, that market is wild and volatile because the world is, you know, volatile, and the market is following life here. And yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, man, I think drafting for a bumpy ride. The wise folks will invest wisely in the things that are going to rise. They're going to rise like crazy and go gangbusters, and then there are going to be some things that you can fall away. And it's hard because it's. I wanted to ask you your thoughts too, in that it can be a very okay. For instance, we'll go horse and car again. You could be investing in oil and rubber tires, in the same time another guy is still investing in wood wheels and Clydesdales. And for that guy, the market is absolutely bearish, and it's a destruction. You know what I mean? It's terrible. But the guy who's investing in gasoline and rubber tires, it's a killer market, killing it, and he would only continue to kill it in that way. And like you said about Oracle and Intel came out at the same time. And look how Intel held and grew and continues to, whereas Oracle went away. So, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, is it important to keep it weighed? Is it not being honest? Like, what do you think about that?
I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't know if it was on your end or just on my end, but some of what you were saying was getting cut off.
I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry.
But now, towards just as you started, asking me that question, you're coming through clearly. But what were you basically asking about? Like, just different sectors? Is that what it is?
Yeah, man, we're getting conflicting. Yeah, different sectors, and we're getting such conflicting information.
Right. Okay.
And
yeah.
They both might be right at the same time, right?
And that's why, most people want to stay diversified. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the times they say, you should own about 20 20 companies or something like that. Definitely different sectors, because, certain sectors are going to get hit harder while others are flying. You know what I'm saying? Every so often, everything just kind of crashes, which we've been seeing, you know what I'm saying, recently, but that doesn't always happen. So it's good to diversify. I should be a little bit more diverse, unfortunately. And that's in the coming years. I gotta really look into that. Diversification is a good thing. Like, I'm really tech heavy and like plays related to Bitcoin and stuff like that. Not a good thing, right? For the average, but I can tolerate one of my stocks being down like 70%. Most not going to be able to do that, right? It's not a good thing, but yeah, diversify for sure, man. Like, definitely look into other sectors other than tech. But tech ends up producing a lot of they just when they start running, man, they just fly. You know what I'm saying? Some of these other stocks don't move like that.
And then
that's why people like them.
Yeah, and with that, diversification within tech, right? Having a little Google and some Nvidia and some maybe
Broadcom or Oracle or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a ton of names out there that you could. I mean, how much money do you have to allocate towards everything? You know what I'm saying?
But if you got $1,000, you may go $600 heavy in one, but then put $250 in the others.
No, yeah, absolutely. Me, I personally, I buy about 4 times a month, usually, if not three to 4 times a month minimum. But this last month, I bought like 7 times because everything was on discount. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you have to. You make sure you have some dry powder, some cash on the side. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't on sale forever, man. So when it is, take advantage.
And you're gonna hate yourself when everything goes right back up or even beyond, and you're like, shit, I could have bought more. I should have bought more. That's what everybody always says. I should have bought more. I should have bought more when I had the chance. Well, now's your chance. And then you start like second guessing everything. Like, oh, maybe it'll go down even more. Like, okay, yeah, it might. And if it does, buy a little bit more.
There you go.
But
that's what Grant Cardone just said. Exactly. All right, man. I got too good of our guy. Very interesting stuff. This one blew my mind here. Let me pull this up real fast for us. These are short 1-minute clips here. Check this out.
Musk says Tesla plans to build 1 million humanoid robots. You know why? Because we understand the timeline on what it's going to take between time, research, execution, deliverability. Bruh, I don't want no 5'11" robot in my house. Matter of fact, you a quarter inch taller than me. I'm 5'10 and a half. 5'11". You think you can take me? Then I saw the thing that said they programmed the machine. That thing will blackmail you. Like the way people be hacking computers and hacking this, bro, there's no way nobody not gonna hack that. Come open the door while he gone. But here's what we can't deny. This is the richest people in the world and the richest companies in the world saying, yo, this is what we putting our money to go at. They buying and acquiring companies that help them get there faster. So if you don't think this is what we going, there's no way this is a book. You cannot negotiate the necessary. This is the necessary. So what you need to be doing is saying, how do I put my money in the future and deal with the pressure now?
Yeah, man. What do you think?
No, man, I ain't getting no damn robot. But you know, obviously these companies, that's their dream. They don't have to deal with people calling out. They ain't got to deal with expensive ass payrolls. They just make that investment, then maintain the robot. You know, it's the company's, corporation's dream. And the average person, you're not gonna see the average person with robots in their house, but you might become a thing. You know what I'm saying? I know I don't need one of them, but yeah, like he said, he's 5'10", robot's 5'11". Like you could take him, you know what I'm saying? Knock you the f out. Like damn, then you gonna try to blackmail you and shit. Like that's crazy. Like,
but at the end, what he said about you cannot negotiate the necessary. So how do you put your money into what people feel is necessary, right? And the people, unfortunately, the richest people in the world controlling a lot of stuff feel like this is necessary. So you put your stock into those companies that are building those robots to make that money. So you deal with the pressure today. So you're one of those people.
Yeah, I love Tesla stock. Yeah,
I don't know just about.
I currently don't own it, unfortunately. Yeah. Idiot, I sold whatever I had, a little bit of profit. But it's when Tesla goes down, it goes hella down. You know what I'm saying? Down, down, down. And then when it starts going up, man, it just keeps going up. And it's one of those.
It ain't going nowhere, man. Like,
but I love Tesla stock. Yeah. I don't
like
care
it or not, man, and not making any statement on who you like or don't like for any reason. I'm just saying Tesla has all those government contracts. And like it or not, the government is dependent on Tesla for so many things now. And I mean, that's the brilliant thing. You go in and you make this organization dependent on you to live. And it's going to give you the money it needs to stay alive. You know what I mean? So, but that's, you know what I mean? I'm not making any personal statements. I just, I'm just saying that. You know what I mean?
I love Elon for the most part. Like, this, Elon's dope. Like, Tesla's dope. So, whatever anybody says about Tesla, I know people still get flipped off. You know, there was a wrestler by the name of Seth Rollins and his wife, Becky Lynch, that just did an interview. I just saw a little thing last night, I think it was, where they were talking about how he gets flipped off in a Cybertruck in California. You know what I'm saying? And they think that, like, at first he thought that he's just getting flipped off because he's a bad guy in wrestling, like now, right? He's a heel. But no, it's because of the vehicle that he's driving. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? So.
And y'all stay tuned, because coming soon, we're going to do a WWE watch party right here live. It's going to be great. So, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. I'm going to make you do it. So, you're lucky I don't live there. You would hate me. But anyway, you'd be like a super famous podcaster, too. So, there's that. I'm trying, dog. I'm trying. All right. And this is the last one, and then we're out. And this spoke to what you were saying earlier.
Better at selling into strength instead of selling into weakness. Selling when the stock is actually going up instead of waiting till it's going down. Now you selling into weakness. You adding to the supply. It's better to sell in demand than to sell in supply. But it's so hard to navigate that space. Even the pros don't get that one right. So let me say this. As a trader, as an investor, you got to be 100% able to look in the mirror at your weaknesses. My weaknesses is I get super excited when supply is flooding the market. And it causes me sometimes to react too early, which is still considered wrong. But because we have time, it often recovers. So that's one of the things I'm working on. Like the Patreon can always say, that is going to take them profits. But damn, Trap, we got to fight for our life to get that bitch back where.
Anyway, what did you think about that? That honestly sounded similar to kind of how you look at the market. So I wanted to get your opinion on that real fast.
You gotta buy low, sell high. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But I find myself doing shit like that too. Like sometimes, like, cause you just want to hold because you don't want to miss out. You don't want to leave money on the table. And then the next thing you know, everything's in the downtrend and you start doubting yourself. And then like, you know, I made dumb decisions like that where I took, you know, profit, but I could have made more profit had I not been greedy. Like Jim Cramer says, and I hate Jim Cramer. I mean, well, he's funny as hell. You know, I don't hate Jim Cramer. Everybody.
I'm like, you're gonna come after me for CNBC, then you're gonna quote Jim Cramer. Come on, man.
He's hilarious. He's hilarious. Yeah, I know, right? But he says, but I like that. I like what he says when it comes to what did he say? Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. That's the honest truth. You get greedy, you get fucked. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time. Sometimes you make it out unscathed, but a lot of the times you get slaughtered. You know what I'm saying?
And it's important to remember that that's very human nature. You buy a stock, say for $50, it goes up to 60 in a year and a half. You're like, that's a wise decision in a long-term hold. Then you turn around, the thing goes up to 180 in a month. You know what I mean? Or overnight. You're like, oh yeah, I've got money, instead of sell now. Because even if it goes up to 190, you know what I mean, and then it drops back down, you know, man.
Well, if you still feel that stock still has room to run, then don't sell your entire position unless you got like just a few shares or a few coins here and there of whatever you're holding. Just trim 25%, maybe sell 30% of your position, or sell half. You know what I'm saying? If you still and then if it goes lower, you know, buy some more, you know, with your profit or whatever. But you know, to touch on that whole CNBC thing, it goes back to just because
I was just breaking balls. I was just breaking balls. Come on, man.
No. This is the thing about me. Just because I don't like, let's say in this case, the network, because of just overall like what they promote, doesn't mean I can't like a specific, you know, little nuance about this, you know.
Well, you know what? Let's just take a minute and give you your credit. You're not necessarily wrong. I am hearing two hardcore conflicting things. I'm hearing on one side that manufacturing jobs are going to be coming back. There's about to be a huge opening and a lot of labor jobs, and those jobs are about to be flooded. Flooding the market, and people are going to need those jobs hardcore come January 1, and so everything's going to turn around, and we're getting a $2,000 check for everybody that makes less than $100,000 a year, helping the poor people, So I'm hearing on one side sunshine and rainbows, and I'm hearing on the other side none of that. That the jobs market is going to collapse, or the jobs report is going to collapse the market. $2,000 ain't coming. You know what I mean? Don't look at Poly market, because you know what I'm saying. You want to go long on a bet. There's that. Check that one on Poly market, right? But anyway, you know, and it's going to be bad. So. You know, man, I'm interested to see how it turns out, bro. Because at this point, it's like the song "The Watcher." I just sit back and watch them both. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's at that point where I'm just kind of watching them. You know, so
yeah, you kind of got to take everything with a grain of salt these days. You know what I'm saying? And just okay.
Yep.
You know, the thing about it is the market's gonna do what it's gonna do. Everybody tries to predict it, but you know, time in the market is better than timing the market always. You know what I'm saying? So if you've never invested in a stock, now is a great time to get in. Why wait? Why wait any longer? You know what I'm saying? We just had a lot of companies lose a lot of value, and their stock prices are down. Get in. You know, research. Do a little bit of research. See what company you like. Buy into it, or just get you some S&P 500 ETFs. You know what I'm saying? Just go safe with the ETF route. Your NASDAQs, your Dow Jones. There's tons of ETFs out there, you know what I'm saying, that track the markets and stuff like that. If you don't want to just pick individual stocks, because picking individual stocks can be scary. You know what I'm saying? You make the wrong choice, and you just, it is what it is. So, I encourage everybody to learn about the markets. If it's not for you, then it's not for you. At least understand that there is a better way. Tell them like I've been pushing that little what is that? Get off of Y'all Street and get onto Wall Street, man. That's what I say. Get off of Y'all Street, get onto Wall Street. Stop Stop hustling elsewhere. Learn to hustle on Wall Street. It's the fastest way to make money. It's also the fastest way to lose money if you don't know what you're doing. So
True.
make sure you understand how to play the game, and best of luck to you.
I love it. That's what it is all about. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. T-Qron, tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, hit me
What
on
you
the
got coming up?
Facebook. Hit me on the Facebook. There'll be a new T-Qron Tuesday video drop. The last one did pretty good. And yeah, thanks for all the the love that all of y'all been showing on the page. Hit me on the Instagram, just the TikTok now. Growing my TikTok page. T-Qron. In the coming year, in the new year, of course, we're about a month out from 2026. There'll be actual projects and stuff dropping. So I'm working on some other things too. Just stay tuned. Got some big things in the works. When I'm able to, put the word out there, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, in the meantime, just hit me. And I appreciate you, Mike.
Appreciate you, brother. Absolutely. Guys, as you know, man, tomorrow, T-Qron, he denied us this week because it was a holiday this last week. So you got to be there Tuesday for the new T-Qron Tuesday drop. And then, as you know, tomorrow night, 8 p.m., same bat time, same bat channel. It's Power Sports Time, where we get into the wildest sports in the world. And guys, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Visionary Value. We are blowing up with the numbers, and it's thanks to you guys. So thank you so much, and we will see you next time. And
yes. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate
Spread
y'all.
the word. Share it on your Facebooks, wherever. You know what I'm saying? Just send your friends the link. Your mama, your daddy. Get your grandma on it. We like them all.
Be a part of this revolution. Absolutely. All right, we will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. And we are out.